$4,000 gold, $52 silver. No, $53 silver. We got some crazy things to talk about today. Some new news, a new, fresh perspective to look out into 2023, and things are shaping up to be very supportive for the price of the precious metals, because you know what? It is gloom and doom out there. When you look at the facts, these statistics, it's getting ugly. Look, we don't like to focus on doom and gloom, but we need to focus on reality, right? Don't you prefer to live in reality? Let's do that. Let's do it together. Let's do it right now. What do you think's going to happen when the Federal Reserve and Jerome Powell have to react to the fact that the U.S. economy is in shambles? You know what's going to happen. They'll pivot and the price of gold and silver will skyrocket. Over $4,000 for gold. Now, I don't have a crystal ball. Don't you make any financial decisions based upon what I'm saying, but it's what I believe, and what I want to share with you today is proof that things are looking kind of crappy out in the economy. Have you heard about all the layoffs going on? Cisco, Microsoft, Amazon. I mean, these were like the big darling companies that were leading the way into the future of technology. Well, they're all laying off everywhere we turn. Even here in St. Louis, there's a company called Worldwide Technologies. They're laying off thousands of people, and this was a company that you would think would never lay off people. They were always searching for people. Guys, the economy is shifting right below our very feet, but there's more we need to talk about. Are you starting to feel like you're running out of money? Well, if you are, you're not alone. Did you know back in April of 2020, the savings rate in the United States of America was over 35%. Do you know where it sits right now? 2%, not 3%, 2%, and it's continuing to go down. People are running out of money. I think I know you pretty well. You are not part of the herd. You like to take your blinders off and take a look at a little bit deeper level. If you enjoy my content, if you enjoy being here, I enjoy having you. Consider me a friend if you like, okay? But please, subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section below. I appreciate you. You are important. Now let's get back to the video. So what do when you run out of money? Do you go talk to mommy and daddy? Or do you use your credit cards? Because that's what a majority of our fellow Americans are doing. Credit card balances are at all-time highs, quarter over quarter, 15% increase in credit card balances, and it gets even crazier. Take a deep breath. Think about the fact that not only do we have these growing massive credit card balances, consumer credit, whatever you want to call it, the interest being accrued on those balances is at a much higher level than we had just a year and a half ago, because interest rates are so high. People have no savings, and they're getting close to the end of their credit limits on their credit cards, which is a bad idea anyway. So it's no wonder that shipping rates, heck, I don't know. I don't ship that much stuff, but what I read, the professionals, check me on this. They're saying shipping rates are down by 70%. That means to ship one of those 40-foot containers that a lot of us are probably going to be living in a few years if things keep going the way they are. But nonetheless, to ship one of those containers today costs 70% less than it did just 1 year ago. And doesn't that make sense? Because nobody's got any money to buy anything. But retail sales, have you heard that one? Retail sales are doing really great. Well, yeah, they're doing great until you factor in the inflation, right? Then what you see is that volumes are collapsing. But maybe we're thinking we'll be okay because we still have our houses, right? Above this basement sits my house. And everything's great because Americans, that's where they put a lot of their money, is into their house. Houses never go down in value. Did you remember hearing that when you were growing up? I heard it all the time. A house is a great investment. until you really look into it. Nonetheless, housing is teetering. Housing sales are down 9 months in a row. That's darn near a record. Volume of housing transactions down 30% in 1 year. Every metric we get from the real estate market is going boom, 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 down. And many of the aforementioned facts are what we refer to in the economics field as lagging indicators, meaning it takes months and months for them to show up in the economy. The current weakness takes months and months. Things like employment, things like real estate, things like shipping rates. And they're just now starting to show up. They don't turn on a dime, okay, guys? So next year, what's the Federal Reserve going to do? And Jerome Powell, you know that same Jerome Powell, who just a year ago was telling us inflation's transitory. Remember that? Remember him telling us, don't worry, inflation's transitory. And Janet Yellen, don't worry, inflation's transitory. Well, what are they going to do 3 months from now when the economy is tanking? Well, then he's going to be sitting with high inflation and a tanking economy. That's also referred to as stagflation in the economics field. And he's going to be facing a tough choice. What do? I need to ease up on the monetary policy. I need to loosen up a little bit, right? To stimulate the economy because it's in deep recession, crash zone. But there's already persistent high inflation. When he eases up, that inflation will take off even more. And most important, the herd. Remember, you and me, we aren't part of the herd. We don't think like the herd. We're off to the side looking for future water sources. The herd's all sitting around together. Moo, moo. Are we going to watch Dancing with the Stars tonight? Moo. No, we're out looking for future water sources. I'll repeat that. The herd, when the Fed eases up and sparks even more inflation, is going to lose confidence. They're all going to look at each other and say, moo, maybe the Fed doesn't know what they're talking about after all. And they're going to see us over there at the water source, right? The silver and gold water source, and they're going to want to join us, right? But we've already got it all. And there's going to be a mad rush. There's not going to be enough to go around. That's what I think's going to happen. I can be dead wrong. I'm dead wrong all the time. Ask my wife, Susie. She'll tell you, she'll attest, I'm often wrong. But when I look out at the future, when I attempt to fire up my crystal ball, that's what I see. Don't make any financial decisions. Don't do anything based upon what we're talking about, you and me, right now. But know that it's going to be interesting. Know that I'm going to be here for you, and I'm going to see you next time.
Way down low. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Jingle bell rock. Jingle bell swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing a bushel of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun.